Hello everyone, this is Sudi Burnett and welcome to my live. Oh my God, the time is 11:11. So this is going to be great. We're going to start up by bringing all our attention, since we have 11:11. What does 11:11 means? That means portal to ascension, meaning all the doors and energy and vibration is ready for us to reach the higher realm, or heaven as we call it. So right now, for a moment, I would like to invite all of you to come to your heart, feel your heart space. You can close your eyes for a few minutes. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale, and concentrate on your thoughts. What are you thinking right now? What's the quality of your thought? Is it positive, pleasant, joyful, or is it negative? So anytime you and I see number 111, 11:11, that just brings it to your attention to center yourself, be very present, and then look at your thoughts and see what you're thinking. If the thought is good, let's continue feeling that and being in that good thought that's going to give us the best feeling. If it's negative, that's not a problem. We just change it with the positive thought. So the quality of our thoughts is very important. You and I know that. And if you ask me, okay, at every seconds, I have a few thoughts coming and going, how can I monitor that? I would tell you to just observe your thought, stay out of your thought, understand that this machine, as we call our brain, is a factory that absorbs thoughts constantly. And my job, I'm not a worker at that factory. I don't need to get involved. I don't even get paid to get involved in those thoughts. So the best thing for me is separate myself from every thought and look at it from outside, observe it. Oh, this is a thought. It's not mine. Don't give it belonging. This machine, my brain, that's what it does. Constantly creating a new thoughts. My job as a human being is to separate myself from those thoughts and just watch it and observe those thoughts. Today live, I'm going to talk about how to be alone with ourselves and enjoy our own company. Oh my God, is that even possible for me to be alone with myself and even enjoy my own company? For most of us, that's not even possible. Why? Because our mind is actually something that I'm running away from. When I'm alone by myself and I shut down all the outside noises, No TV series, no Netflix. I'm not listening to music or radio. I'm not on YouTube watching something. When I shut down everything, what happens now? I'm alone with myself. And from what I remember, my thoughts remember, the majority of my thoughts are negative. And my thoughts is taking me to my past. Then I have to remember all those traumas, the tragedy, my story, which wasn't pleasant. I didn't have a good childhood. I didn't have a good time when I was a teenager. So many things happens, and when I look back and I remember those traumas, it's creating fear in me. And I don't want to feel fear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run away from my past. I'm going to run away from my thoughts and the memory, and I'm going to distract myself. What's the best way to distract myself? Let me watch this. Let me listen to this. Let me do this. Let me do anything. Be busy. I've been there. I've done that. Many years ago, when I couldn't stand my thoughts, when I didn't like or approve of the quality of my thoughts, and I didn't want to feel, mainly I didn't want to feel, I shut down my emotions and I got myself busy, and I got really, really good at that. Being busy, working constantly, studying and going to school. The more occupied I was, the better I felt, because I wouldn't be allowing to feel them. Do you see what I mean? So what are we running away from? And how long do you think you can run away from yourself? How long do you choose to run away from your thoughts and your feeling? It doesn't matter what you do. You can't stop yourself from thinking. And those thinking thoughts create emotions. Your thoughts takes you to the past. What happened to you? Your thoughts makes you to live the past and your story day after day after day after day. I would say the best decision you and I can make right now at this moment is to decide, I'm not going to run anymore. I'm tired, I'm exhausted of running. I can't keep up with this any longer. Okay, lovely Rebecca, you can listen to me later. Run away, run away. There are more important things to do. I'm just kidding with you, Rebecca. But it's funny that as I'm saying that, you just say, I have to go. I gotta go. There are more important things are happening outside. I can't miss the action. I gotta go to work and make money. It's all fine. It's all good. Let's decide right now that we're not gonna run anymore. And come to your heart center and ask your heart to give you the courage to be brave enough to allow yourself to feel. Yet let your feelings come up. Let yourself feel, because without feeling, you're not alive. I'm not talking about feelings of, oh, is it this or is it that? Is it cold or is it, does this dress make me look good so I feel good? When I get manicure and pedicure, I feel good. I'm not talking about those shallow feelings. I'm talking about much, much, much deeper feelings. Ask your heart to give you the courage to feel. Once you allow yourself to feel, the next step is this true? Is this true, what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling? My feeling is actually the translation of my mind from the events that has been taking place. So ask yourself, what meanings did my mind give to that event? Could this mean anything else? If my husband left me, or if my boyfriend said, I packed my stuff and I left, there was nothing there, how did my mind translate that? That I'm not good enough? If I was good enough, he would have stayed. That I'm not worthy of having and experiencing a healthy relationship with a healthy soul? Am I not worthy of that? Of course I'm not, because he left. How did my mind translate and give meaning to these events right now? Hello, Nida. Welcome. Could this mean anything else? What else could this mean? If I would change my lens and look through a different lens, what could this event mean to me now? And if my brain make up some stuff that, oh, the reason my father died when I was 10 years old is because I'm feeling abandonment regarding that story. Is this true? And if my mind at the time when I was 10 years old gave that meaning to my father passing away or dying, is for me to experience abandonment issue. I wasn't good enough. If I was good enough, he would have been around. Could it be anything else than the translation of my mind at the time? What else could this mean? How else can I look at this right now? How else can I look at it? How else can I translate this? That actually that was the perfect situation for me to understand that I didn't have to be so codependent towards my father. I didn't have to get all of my self-worth from him. I didn't have to get unconditional love only and solely from him. By him living my life, did that give me the opportunity to understand that is all me? I am the creator of my world. Other people can have a part in it if they wish, and they don't, but they don't have to. I'm accepting all of that. But these events made me to become who I am today. Of course, I suffered for many, many, many years. Of course, every choice that I made or I didn't make, it was coming from that. But that all gave me more inner power, and it taught me a lot of lessons. That unconditional love, it's something that I have to have for myself and give it to myself first. Self-acceptance. I am perfect the way I am. I don't need to be anything else. I don't have to strive to be better. I'm good just the way I am. And I'm perfectly okay by being me, who I am. My worthiness doesn't come from outside. It's not related to any person or any situation. My self-worth comes in when I fully and truly accept myself as who I am right now. It's not attached to my achievement. It's not attached to how pretty I am or what dress size do I wear. These are all separated. I love you too, Sabajan. Are you joining my live? It's funny, guys. When we become a channel for love and we live that life, when all our essence are pure love, how the other world and other people express that to us. Love, love, I love you, I love you, I love you. When my whole essence becomes the same as my spirit, which is only love and light. When in my lens, there is no judgment whatsoever. When we don't judge anybody else, when we don't judge ourselves, when we don't judge any situation, problem, or challenge as good or bad. Then we would see how the other world or reality turns to be that. Is when you and I surrender, fully surrender. That's when the universe has no other option by serving us. Yes, universe, serve us. Universe listens to us at every moment and second. Universe responds back to us at every second. Whether we understand it or not, whether we see it or not, but universe does. So the energy, vibration, whether it comes from my mind, from thinking, from my emotions, emanates out, and the universe responds back by reflecting it back to me as I see my reality. So if I'm in a full state of surrendering and being grateful, the universe has no other choice to send that back to me, to serve me. That's true, Sohila. Okay. So let's get back to our heart chakra and ask our heart, which is 100 times bigger, stronger, vibrating as a higher frequency. Let's tune into our heart and ask our heart to give us the courage to feel everything. And when we do that, we are aware of who is the one who is feeling it. Who is feeling the feelings and emotions? You probably say, me. Of course it's me. Yes. But who are you? Who is the one that responds back very quickly? Well, it's me. So let's get back to my lesson 101. Who am I? I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not my physical body. I am the one who is watching this character's thoughts, emotions, and physics. outside of this character. And again, my lesson 101, when I divide a human being in half, the right side, mind, ego, work together, partners. The left side, heart and soul. So I'm referring to last week lives. I said, we are in a spirit. We are a spirit. So as we reach a higher realm, or where we call home, we said our souls are the same frequency, vibration, understanding, knowledge as universe, because up there's only unity. Nothing separates itself from something else. So as a spirit, when we are in a higher realm, I said, we are one with the wholeness. But when a soul decides to reincarnate, the soul splits. So a part of your soul is still staying at a higher realm. And a part of you comes on the planet Earth. So as soon as you land on planet Earth, you become twins. Mind, ego, heart, and soul. So remember, your heart and soul, it's still connected to the other part, which is purely spirit. The whole knowing, knowledge, awareness. But the other part, mind and ego, that's the part that uses this machine called our brain. And our brain, we said, constantly creating thoughts. This is a thinking machine that constantly creates thoughts. Now, our thoughts are connected to our ego. Ego, mind are the same, right? Now, the quality of our thoughts depends on the quality of our ego. Because like our souls, that we have many different levels. We have young souls who are very naive and they're just learning, kindergarten souls. We have high school souls. We have graduate souls, right? Our ego is the same. Not egos are leveled up. When we use ego, right now my ego got very offended. What do you mean when you say ego? So our egos has different level of understanding. The lower frequency and vibration that our ego is, it carries with itself all the qualities that we identify as ego character. Attachment, unworthiness, not being enough. Then the ego tries to hide who you really are. The ego becomes so dominant that you and I believe we are the ego without even knowing. We don't call it, oh, it's my ego is talking. When I ask you, who are you? You say, well, it's me. Who's listening? Oh, me. But you forget that you are a twin. When you say me, what part of this me is active right now? What part of this me is listening to me right now? Right? So what can we do with this ego? Nothing really. I mean, it's a part of you. It's the part that we are born with. The best way I can think of is that first, be mindful of your ego. I have some problem with my mother and father. Shahab, change your mother and father. Okay, Shahab, if we have enough time, I'll talk about it. Problem with mother and father. Our biggest responsibility as a human being is to not fall for the false belief that we are our ego and all the identities that our ego create for us. I am this and that. If that wouldn't have happened, if my mother or father were different, if my parents didn't treat me this way or that way, I would have been healthy right now, I would have been so and so. So the ego makes up all of our identities. I am good, I am bad, I'm smart, I'm dumb, I'm beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm heavy, I'm skinny. I'm a life coach, I'm a healer. These are all my ego. Woo! And I have to tell you, I want to share this with you guys right now. Because I've been working as a spiritual teacher and healer for the past, 14, 15 years. Last year, or maybe a little, maybe 2 years ago, I realized that I start believing that I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm a healer. That became that guru, that master, that teacher became my identity. Uh-oh. So as soon as I realized that being a teacher has become my identity, I tried to destroy that by constantly not allowing myself to be that. Changing my routines, doing different things. So knowing that we are not this person, this character, this identified made of our ego, helps us to eventually find our true self, which is the soul and the whole knowledge. All you and I have to do is to be aware of our ego, and at every minute check in with ourselves and see what part of us is active right now. I told that story, you probably know this story, but I'm gonna say it and repeat myself and be redundant anyways. It's the story that the grandpa tells his grandson, within all of us lives two wolves, that they are constantly in conflict with one another and they're fighting. Some wants to be more powerful and gain more power and knock out the other one. So the grandson listens very carefully, and finally he asks, so Grandpa, which one of these wolves going to win? And Grandpa said, the one that you feed most of the time. Who are we feeding most of the time? Our ego or our soul? Whichever part we are feeding, that part rises up. And this is not easy for me to be mindful at every minute that who is thinking, who is feeling. Oops, Parisa, I got it. 10 minutes. That's where mindfulness comes in. That's why when I created my online course with 18 classes, the first class, who am I? I am not my thoughts. I'm not my feelings. I'm not even my physical body. Who am I? The one that, like a hawk's or ego, is sitting way up there, seeing everything and watching this Sudi with her ego down here. But I'm only looking. I don't get involved with my thoughts or my feelings. The second class I did was, what is meditation? Because we all think by having this thinking machine, now when we decide with that mind that we're going to do meditation, and meditation is very beneficial for us, the mind that thinks that and knows that gives us the idea that is great to start meditating. And then we sit for meditation under this false belief that all of a sudden that mind is going to disappear, is going to shut down, and you and I are going to experience this silence, this inner peace. So where the hell is that mind? What is that mind going to do while you want to sit in silence? Well, obviously your mind is going to do what it's supposed to do, to make thoughts, to create problems, then find a solution for the problem that itself created in the first place. So how are we going to deal with that? It's not going to happen. So in the class, what is meditation? I told you, don't have high expectation for yourself. Understand that you're sitting in meditation with your mind and ego, and know that this machine is doing its job. But what you are supposed to do is to let this machine do itself whatever it wants to do. But the only thing that you have to do, don't let this machine make you believe that you are it. You can't stop the thoughts. That's BS. What you can do is to know, understand, let the machine do its job, but you separate yourself from it. Just watch it. So when the thought comes, you can just watch them. And imagine that you're sitting by a river and these thoughts are going through the waves. You only observe them, but you don't get involved. You don't jump in the river and swim with the thoughts. You just sit there and watch it and let it do its thing and be okay with this machine doing its own job. Separate yourself from it. And then the other class, mindfulness. Boy, that is a hard practice. How could I be fully present when this machine is constantly making noises? Then you want this machine to be working and you expect me to be mindful, to really listen to another human being, to really and fully and heart-wholedly connect with another human being? How is that even possible? Then this chatter is going on constantly. I believe we as human beings never really connect at a deep level with another soul. That's a hard, tough lesson to learn. That's a very hard, tough lesson to learn on how to be connecting deeply with another soul without our judgments, without our ego thinking, what's in it for me? Does it give me safety and security? Is he or she going to pay my bills? Am I going to be supported financially? Is he going to give me so much unconditional love that is going to fill up my emotional bank account for all those years that I abused myself, I hated myself, I didn't accept myself, I was beaten up by my parents, by my society, by everyone else around. Is this person going to make up for all of my loss? And it's not. No one is. So what I would say before I wrap up this live, start doing this practice. Every single day, even if it's just a little bit, give yourself a little love and acceptance. Because our emotional bank accounts are so low that we are all minus zero. Why? Because emotionally we took until we went minus. Now we want someone out there to come and pay out all our debts through all these years and even fill up our bank account. It's not gonna happen. Wake up. But you can do it. Be patient day after day. Give yourself a little love, accept yourself a little bit. And then your emotional bank account is gonna gradually grow. And if you continue doing that, loving yourself every day, accepting yourself every day, eventually you're going to reach a point that you paid off all your karmic or emotional debt. And now you're able to add in money and start saving money. How great is that, isn't it? But to give yourself love a little bit and to accept yourself a little bit each day, it all comes up to how active your ego and mind is. How much are you feeding your ego every day? And how much are you feeding your soul? Well, actually, you don't even have to feed your soul. Correction. Your soul is already full. Your soul doesn't need anything. It's only in the mind and ego that needs comes up. We become needy people. We need love. We need money. We need comfort. It's only at the soul mind level. And that's where we're going to start feeding, or are we going to stop feeding our ego mind totally and then come to a place, to our heart and our soul, that is a billionaire? Spiritually, emotionally, physically. It's full. It has it all. It's complete. No need to do anything. No need to change. Your soul never ever tells you that you're broken. Your soul never tells you that you have to change. It's your mind and ego. So anytime you think you got to change yourself, know where you're coming from. Anytime that you're broken and you're less than, know where you're coming from. Gonna end this live. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being in my soul group at this time. I'm very grateful for all of you to be here. I know your time is very precious. I know there are many things to do out there, but if you're coming and you're showing up, I'm very grateful for that. God bless. Thank you.